Hey guys, welcome back to General Manager Games and welcome back to another episode of Out of the Park Baseball 23 with the Arizona Diamondbacks. We are through August. It is September 1st. We are 78 and 59, 4 games behind the Giants in the NL West and a good, 10 games or so up in the wild card race. So we're in good shape. It was a very good August. We are 35 and 17 in our last 52 games. So over the last 2 months, we are playing basically 667 baseball. It's helped us climb back into the division race and really take control of the wild card race. We have one of the best, if not the best, offense in the National League. We're second in runs scored, but first in almost everything else, sixth in home runs. Our pitching staff has been better than expected. Fourth in runs against, fifth in starters ERA, fifth in bullpen ERA, first in FIP, first in WAR, second in strikeouts. The only thing we struggle with is our defense. We made a move at the end of the stream on Sunday to sort of shore that up a little bit. We moved Jordan Lawler back into the starting lineup. We had brought in Javi Baez on a minor league or like a $2.5 million contract. He's a free agent in June. And he hit the ball really well, but even more so, he was playing very, very good third base. So we made the decision to move Javi over to short. He's not great at shortstop anymore, but he's better than what we were getting out of Valdez. And then we put Lawler back in at third to hopefully solidify the defense a little bit. We're strong in the outfield. Paulino is our worst outfielder. You can see 50 range, 50 error, or 55 error, 60 arm. We've got Byron Buxton in center, and we have Julio Lujan in right. So our outfield defense is quite good. Tamar John, defense is our one bugaboo, and hopefully it doesn't come back to bite us in the behind as we get through the end of the regular season. Our pitching staff has been quite good. Some good news, bad news. Aaron Bummer, who we picked up at the trade deadline, is done for the season, out with elbow surgery. So we will likely decline the option and see if we can bring him back for less than that 7.5. He wants 10, 10, and 9, which I'm not interested in. Adrian Florencio, who we also picked up at the trade deadline from Washington, has been quite good for us in 6 starts. 2-2 with a 3.78 ERA. 30 strikeouts, only 9 walks in 33 innings, a 1.14 ERA plus. He's been good for almost a WAR. But yeah, it's all about Feliz, Cavalli, specifically Feliz and Cavalli. They've just been absolutely fantastic. 30 and 12 between the two of them. Feliz is on pace for a 20-win season. Cavalli is having just a terrific year. That demand is still sitting right at around $20 million, $18 million for 3 seasons. Can't do anything with that now, but once we hit the offseason, I'm assuming that number doesn't jump up in the offseason. When the season ends, we should be able to bring him back as well. So things are looking pretty good for us right now. It's just a matter of staying healthy as we get through this final month of the season. We got plenty of games. We got 8 games left against San Francisco. So we have a shot at the division here. We just need to beat the teams we should beat, and then hopefully, and that's right off the bat, we lose to a team we shouldn't lose to. We win the second game 6-4. Yeah, we got a shot. We got a shot at the division. We're 5 games out now, so San Francisco won their first 2 games of the month. Excuse me. Drinking some coffee here. Cavalli goes 7. Stadler blows the save, gets the win. Batista picks up the save. And now we have 3 games at home against San Francisco, so we can get as close as 2 games here if we can sweep the Giants. We win the first game. Julio Lujan hits a 3-run home run, his 19th home run of the year. Johnson and Marte each with a couple of hits. Feliz picks up win number 18 on the season. Game 2 against the Giants is another win, 6-2. So we are within 3 games now of San Francisco. We get 3 hits from Altuve. Paulino with his 29th. Oh, we re-signed Paulino. Forgot about that. We re-signed Jandel Paulino to a 4-year contract worth $56 million. It's really a 3-year deal worth 39. No, that's not right. 33. Yeah, 39. 3-year deal worth 39. Only $6 million next year, $15 million in 2031, $18 million in 2032, and then a team option in 2033. So that takes him until he's 31. Short-term deal. If he can put up the numbers he's putting up this year for us, it'll be well worth it. So I am pleased with that deal. So if we just quickly take a look at our salaries, we have Feliz, Lujan, Garibay, Buxton, Mazur, Lawler, Paulino, all locked up to long-term contracts. So our core is locked up for the extended future, which is nice. And we look for the sweep of San Francisco. We look to get within 2 games of first place. We can't do it. So we pick up a game in that series, and now we've got 4 at home against Colorado. There's another win. So we're 3.5 out now. Lawler 3 for 3 with a couple of RBIs, including his 14th home run. Florencio pitches well again. He's 3-2 now. Game 2 against Colorado. Ooh, that's a tough one. Cavalli, 5 unearned runs. That's not gonna get it done. All right, game 3 against the Rockies. A 10-2 win. So again, 3.5 games out. Garibay 3 for 4. 4 runs scored, a couple of RBIs. Paulino hits his 30th home run of the year. Altuve goes 4 for 5 with 3 runs knocked in. Feliz picks up his 19th win of the season, pitching 6 shutout innings, striking out 9. So 20 games is a possibility for Ignacio Feliz as we look for 3 of 4 against the Rockies at home. We get it, an extra inning affair. Cattell Marte 4 for 6. Julio Lujan picks up his 20th home run of the season. Not playing as much this season, but still having a pretty good year. 500 slugging percentage. Mazur pitches 7. Bullpen gives us 5 shutout. And we're 2.5 games out of first place, and we are headed into San Francisco. So a sweep puts us in first place. If we win 3 out of 4, we will be half a game out. So, I'd settle for the split and walk out of San Francisco 2.5 games out. But we have 5 games here. So, 5 games. If we win all 5 games, we're 2.5 games up. If we lose all 5 games, we're 7. And let's just see how it goes. We can finish anywhere from 7.5 games back to 2.5 games up. Let's see how it goes. First game in San Francisco is a 6-2 loss. Now we got the double header. We split the double header. Excuse me. Buxton 3 for 5 in this one. Florencio pitches well. Stadler gets the win. So still 3.5. So the best we can do is a game and a half out. The worst we can do is 5.5 out. Win there, so we are back to 2.5 games out of first place. Lujan up to 23 home runs, so it looks like he's had 4 home runs in his last 5 games. You like seeing that OPS climb, 871, 133 OPS plus. The WAR's down a little bit because he's not going to play as many games, but ultimately another really good season from Lujan. Paulino picks up his 100th RBI of the game. Cade Cavalli 14-7. Can we get within a game and a half of the no? So we walk out losers of 3 of 5, so we're 3.5 games out, which means we're likely not to win the division. But I think we have the wild card basically locked up unless something goes completely on its ear here over the last 3 weeks. So we got San Diego for 3. So we have San Diego 6 of our last 11 games, 3 at home, 3 on the road. We win 6-5. Buxton 2 for 5, 2 RBIs. Johnson and Marte each with a couple of hits. Marte hits his 14th home run. Mazur gets hit hard, but the bullpen does their job. Game 2. The 12-7 victory. McCullers gets hit hard, but we managed to secure the win. Lujan with another home run. 2 for 4, 4 RBIs for Julio. Garibay breaks 100 RBIs, so Garibay and Paulino both over 100 runs knocked in on the season. We look for the sweep of the Padres, and we get it. Is that 20 for Feliz? It is not. That's a Florencio start. Paulino hits his 34th home run of the year. Javi Baez has been terrific. 281, 347, 453. That batting line is the best he has given since 2026. When he put up an 837 OPS for Detroit. Johnson with 3 hits. We get a day off. We're still 3.5 out, so the Giants continue to win. So, yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to win the division. It looks like there's going to be a wild card matchup in our future here, unless the Giants fall apart over the last however many games, 7 games of the season. All right. Let's keep plugging away. Game 1 in Seattle. 4-3 loss. Oh, so we're 4.5 games out. So it looks like the division is, I don't say it's not officially done because they could lose the rest of their games and we could win the rest of our games, but a 4-0 win there. Cavalli, I think this was Felice's game. Yeah. He's going to have one more shot at 20 victories on the season, and I'm going to give it to him. Even if it sort of messes with our postseason. Well, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So he'll pitch here or here. So either way, he'll be rested for the postseason. So that's fine. So he'll get one more shot at it. So we had a 2-hitter, 15 strikeouts for Diamondbacks pitching. Cavalli 15-7 now, 12 Ks and 6 1/3. Buxton and Lawler both homer. We get a day off followed by 6 road games to end the season at San Diego and at St. Louis. First game is 7-1 win. Lujan 4 for 4, just red hot down the stretch. Julio Lujan. Javi Baez with a couple of home runs. Florencio 5 2/3 shutout innings. Game 2 at San Diego. It's a 6-1 loss. Game 3. It's a 7-1 win. Was that Felice? It was. Ignacio Felice picks up his 20th victory of the season. 20-8, going 7 innings, allowing just 1 earned run. We get home runs from Marte, Lujan, and Patrick Bailey. All right. So, what do I want to do? I'm concerned that we're going to suffer a catastrophic injury. So we've locked down the wild card. We're 8 games up on St. Louis. So we've locked in our position here. So I think the smart move is to... I can't call anybody else up, right? Oh, I can. Okay. So Chase Shores will come up. Stogner will come up. Acuna can come up. These are all players that are on the 40-man, and I want to just Brown, Wad, Huckstorf, Southacene, Mendez. So what we're going to do, just to be safe, we are going to go to Cade Cavalli, and we are going to bench him. Where is it? Where is it? Right there. We're going to bench him for 4 days. I don't want him pitching. He's going to come out. Chase Shores is going to come in. We are going to bench Mazur because I don't want him to get hurt. Bench him for 4 days. We are going to put Stogner in there for him. Feliz isn't going to get another game. McCullers can pitch because... No, I don't want to pitch McCullers because he's going to be in the postseason rotation. We will bench him. Get him out and put... it really doesn't matter. Miles Jansen can get the start. That's fine. Offensively, we are going to take Buxton out. I'm going to let him sit out the rest of the season. We are going to put Drew Jones in center field. Anybody else that's fragile? Jordan Lawler, we're going to bench him for the next 4 days. I've just been burned too many times, mostly in my Oakland A's series, with players that are getting hurt right at the end of the season, and I just don't want to take any chances. Johnson's okay. Marte's okay. Garabay's okay. Paulino's. Yeah, I really am just looking at the fragile players. All right, so that's what we're going to do with our lineup here over the final 3 games. So in St. Louis is going to get our B squad. 3-1 loss. 6-4 win. And see, there you go. So Chase Shore's hurt. That could have been anybody. That could have been our starting pitcher that day. We pick up the win here. Garabay 2 for 4. Paulino hits his 35th home run of the season. And we have the final game of the regular season coming up tomorrow. Eventually. Come on, game. It's a 4-3 loss. All right, so we finished the season 93-69. Was that our? I think it's our second best season. No, it's the best season we've had. It's our second straight 90-win season. We make the playoffs for the 4th time in 5 years. And we have as good a shot this season of winning it all, I think, as we have in any year to this point. We still haven't won the division yet. But 4 playoffs in the last 5 seasons. We do have the wild card stuff to get through. But all in all, a very successful regular season for the Diamondbacks. Offensively, let's go ahead and get rid of all this. We don't need to bench these guys anymore. Offensively, we were led by Johnson and Lujan, each at 3.7 WAR. Doing it different ways, of course. Tamar with his legs and a bit of a higher contact, and Julio Lujan doing it with the power. 25 home runs, 80 knocked in. Jandel Paulino was a very nice pickup for us this past offseason. Durable, played in 152 games, 35 home runs, drove in 107. Did they? Oh, no, there he is. Oh, yeah, missed guy Garabay. I don't know why I didn't see him, but he led us in WAR, 5.7 WAR, 309, 419, 565. Cattell Marte was fantastic this season, put up a 125 OPS plus. Javi Baez in limited time was really good. Byron Buxton, I will take 2.5 WAR. Offense was a little light, but still, I mean, he played in 150 games. For someone who's classified as fragile, I mean, you'll take it. 30 doubles, 5 triples, 21 home runs, 85 knocked in, while playing, not as good a center field as I would have anticipated. I mean, still good, but not as good as I would have anticipated. Altuve was gone. It was good, but it's probably a 1-year thing since we've got Jason Brown waiting in the wings. Patrick Bailey had a down season compared to last year, but all in all, very, very solid offense, one of the best in baseball. Pitching was where we really made our strides, right? I mean, we just had some great pitching performances. None better than Ignacio Feliz, 20-8 in his first season in the desert, 204 innings, 237 Ks, a 3.57 ERA. Opponents hit 226 off him, 3.14 FIP. He was just terrific. Cade Cavalli, our two-headed monster, 15-7 for him, 250 strikeouts, a 3.17 FIP. Fitz Stadler pitched in more than half of the games this season, put up 4 wins as a reliever, 181 strikeouts as a bullpen arm. If he doesn't win reliever of the year, there is something terribly wrong with this game. Adam Mazur had a nice season considering he didn't need to be our ace anymore. He was our number 3. And when your number 3 can give you nearly 4 WAR and 180 innings and 175 strikeouts, you take it. Florencio was really good with us, 5-2, 3.43. McCullers was fine as our number 5. And then our bullpen was okay. I mean, we got a lot of names here because we called a lot of people up, but our bullpen was pretty good. Meyer, Batista, Woods, Richardson, Diego Castillo were all pretty good. Andres Munoz wasn't, but again, his ratings dropped and his contract will be up at the end of the season. So all in all, very happy with the way things went, and we have a ton of elite prospects on their way. Luis Molina will likely be with the big club next season. He's our number 1 overall pick in 2028. We got Jesus Zamora, the number 10 overall prospect in baseball, still a couple of years away. Edgar DeLucas, still a couple of years away. So we've got a lot of prospects as well. So let's get to the playoffs and hope that this is not another quick postseason. We've had a lot of those in our couple of playthroughs here with Arizona and Oakland. So Feliz, get the notification. He leads the National League in wins. So let's go to playoff roster and eligible. Why is Marte not on the postseason roster? Come on. He comes out. Woods Richardson comes in. Huckstorf comes out. Cattell Marte comes in. No. Huckstorf comes out. Who did I just take out? So I got Jason Brown on the roster as well. So we want Brown out and Drew Jones back in there. Okay, so let's reset our lineup. Cattell Marte and Byron Buxton. He's our designated hitter. Drew Jones. We are going to continue to allow Gomez to play, as I think he adds value. Jones will come in as a defensive replacement for Paulino. Do the same thing against lefties. Cattell Marte will back up there, but ultimately it doesn't really matter because that's Altuve's job. Jones will come in as a defensive replacement as well. Pitching, we're going to go... I want to go three-man rotation. It's going to be Feliz, Cavalli, and Mazur. We're going to go with our top three pitchers. Stadler, we're actually going to bump this to 7th in close game. Fisher, avoid high leverage. McCullers, long relief. Middle relief, Miles Jansen, long relief, middle relief, and middle relief. But he'll be middle relief used more often because he pitched really well. And we'll kind of run with that. So we're taking on the St. Louis Cardinals here in the wild card round. They went 86 and 76. Nolan Gorman, a beast, 49 home runs, 132 runs knocked in. They're 3rd in runs scored, 8th in runs against. So they're not a bad team by any stretch of the imagination. Jordan Walker also hit 40 home runs. They got a couple of 40 home run guys in their lineup. Tyler O'Neill with 33, Angel Pereira with 27. So they got Edgar Gomez, one of the best pitchers in baseball. So Feliz against Gomez in game 1 of the wild card round will be something to behold for sure. But I think our 2 and our 3 is better than their 2 and 3. Whether or not our 1 is better than their 1 is debatable, but I think our 2 and 3 is better than their 2 and 3. So let's see how this goes. We are at home. Edgar Gomez, 14 and 11, 3.86 against Ignacio Feliz, the 20-game winner. We were 4-3 against the Cardinals in the regular season. We scored more runs than them, allowed fewer runs than them. We were a 666 team at home. They were 469 on the road. We should win this series. And we take a 1-0 series lead with a 3-2 victory. They scored the first 2 runs of the game, top of the 5th. We get 3 in the bottom of the 6th. It looks like Lujan with a home run, and Feliz picks up the win, Stadler and Batista. So tomorrow we have Tyler Danish going against Cade Cavalli. Tyler Danish is a former independent baseball guy. Way back here. Yep, right here. 2019, 2020 with Sioux Falls. So he's now pitching game 2 of the postseason against Cade Cavalli. And they beat us 11-4. Are you kidding? So Tyler Danish out-duels Cade Cavalli in game 2 of the postseason. So it's going to come down to game 3. Dre Jameson against Adam Mazur for a chance to go to the National League Division Series. Game is thinking about it as we kick over to October. And We'll keep our fingers crossed. We win. All right, we win 7-6. So we are going to advance. We walk it off in the bottom of the 10th inning. Julio Lujan wins the wild card MVP, which is I think that's right. You know, he's our guy. He's the guy that we kind of put our hopes and dreams on, so to speak. Mazur doesn't pitch well, but our bullpen does okay. We get the win, and we advance. Guys, I'm going to pause, and we'll come back with the rest of the postseason. Be right back. All right, we're back, and if we want to make the World Series, we have to go through the Giants, and I think that makes the most sense. We are going to be taking on the San Francisco Giants here in the National League Division Series. You got the Cubs and the Braves. Over in the other half of the bracket, the Blue Jays and the Twins, the A's and the Astros. If we look at the Giants, they have the best offense and the best pitching in the National League. First in runs scored, first in runs against, first in starters ERA, first in bullpen ERA. I think our offense can compete. Like, I look at this lineup and I say, yeah, ours is better. Their cleanup hitter is Joey Gallo hitting a .182. The number 3 hitter hits .226. So I look at this and I say our offense is better. Pitching staff, honestly, I look at their top 4 starters. Tim Barrett is put up a good season stats-wise, but his ratings are just average. I feel like this is a team we can beat. Whether or not we will beat them remains to be seen, but I feel like this is a team we can beat. We definitely need to take one of those first 2 in San Francisco to kind of take control of the series. They have a couple of injuries to some bullpen arms, and then a very, very good young right fielder, Gabe Umanzor. So, yeah, I mean, we knew we would have to go through them. Let's just do it and get it over with. So game 1, is Feliz tired? He is slightly tired. Do I want to go with a 4-man? I think I need to go with a 4-man rotation in this series. So if we bump this to 4, McCullers pitched 3 1/3 innings yesterday, so he can't start. Florencio pitched 3 days ago. He's almost rested. If I put him into the rotation, he's rested. Okay, so we're going to start Florencio here in game 1. And then that should give us Feliz for tomorrow. So if we could take this one against their ace in game 1, I think that puts us in really good shape. Game number 1 in San Francisco goes to the Giants. They beat us 8-4. It was a risk, but I felt like it was a risk we needed to take because I didn't want to start Feliz on 3 days rest and then lose that game. So we took a shot from their best pitcher. Now we have our best pitcher going in game 2, so this is an opportunity to take home field advantage away from the Giants. Big game, though. We need this game, and we get it. We win 10-6. Javi Baez, 3 for 5 with a home run and 2 runs knocked in. Paulino hits his first home run. Buxton hits a home run as we rough up Lucas Giolito. Feliz goes 6, gives up 2 runs. Jansen comes in, faces 4 batters, walks them all. That's not good. We knock out their starter after an inning plus, and we take home field advantage away from the Giants. So game 3 will be Mitch Spence against Cade Cavalli. Hoping for a better start out of Cade here than we got in the wild card round. So we're 9-10 against them this year. We are at home. Game 3 goes to the Diamondbacks. We win 3-2 and take a 2-1 series lead. Paulino with a home run. Buxton with another home run. Cavalli goes 5 2/3. Bullpen, I mean, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Strikes out 9. Bullpen comes in and does their job. And we look for the win, the series win. Here in Game 4, Brandon Williamson against Adam Mazur at home. Fingers crossed. And your Arizona Diamondbacks are moving on to the National League Championship Series. Let's go. Javi Baez wins the NLDS MVP, going 7 for 15, 2 home runs, 3 runs knocked in. You love, love, love to see it. So we win 7-5. Garibay with a home run and 5 RBIs. Buxton has his 4th home run. Paulino hits his 3rd home run. Buxton, Lawler, Baez, Paulino, Garibay, all homer in this one. Mazur gives up 5 and 7, but picks up the win nonetheless. And we get past. Ooh, wow. Okay, so you guys are probably screaming at the screen here as I had Juan Locke starting at third base. And it was working, but that's not something I want to do. So we win the series. We win the series 3-1, and we move on to the National League Championship Series. We get a couple of days to rest here, which is nice. We're going to be taking on the Atlanta Braves for a chance to go to the World Series. Let's take a look at the Braves, shall we? Atlanta 97 and 65. Middle of the road offense, pretty good pitching staff, but our offense is better than their offense, and our pitching staff is better than their pitching staff. Looks like they suffered a couple of injuries. Nothing huge. A couple of 3-star. I don't know how many of those guys were in their bullpen to begin, but still have Acuna, 31 years old, 32 home runs. Oscar Bermudez, 24-year-old, hit 36 home runs. Austin Riley's really good. Matt Olson still plugging along at 35. Decent pitching staff: Ian Anderson, Andrew Hoffman, Shane Baz, Jordan Yamamoto, old friend Jordan Yamamoto. So yeah, we are, I think, in pretty good shape to just move on. Let's take a look at our pitching staff. We should have Feliz good to go for Game 1, I believe. We do. That's awesome. And are we at home or are we on the road? It's in Atlanta. Okay, they were 97 and 65. We were 93 and 69. 3-3 against each team this year. We scored more runs than them. We gave up fewer runs than them. Oh, we gave up. No, I take that back. We gave up 14 more runs than them. So Feliz against Anderson, Game 1 goes to the Braves. They beat us 2-1. We lose in the bottom of the 9th inning. Matt Olson with a walk-off home run in the 9th to give the Braves the 2-1 win in the series. Florencio going, or Cade Cavalli going in Game 2. Let's hope for the split. We get it. A 6-0 win. As Cavalli dominates, goes 5, walks 8 in 5 innings, strikes out 6, but Castillo and McCullers do their job. Lujan hits 2-run homer. Buxton drives into Garibay and Paulino, each with a couple of hits. So we take home field advantage away from the Braves. They got Yamamoto going in Game 3. No, they got Baz going in Game 3. We've got Adam Mazur going for us back in Arizona. Diamondbacks take a 2-1 series lead as we win 3-2. We score 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Cattell Marte, 3 for 4 with an RBI. Mazur goes 6. Stadler and Batista get it done. So we're up 2-1. I think they got Jordan Yamamoto going, and we got Adrian Florencio going here in Game 4 as we look to take a commanding 3-1 series lead. And we do. We win 5-4, and we are up 3-1 in the National League Championship Series. Tamar Johnson, 2 hits. Garibay, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Paulino hits his 4th home run. Lujan hits his 3rd home run. Florencio goes 5. Game 5 in Arizona. We got our ace on the mound, Ignacio Feliz, looking to extinguish the Atlanta Braves in 5 games. Ooh, and they beat us 3-0. So we have to take 1 of 2 in Atlanta. Feliz gives up 1 run in 5 innings, but Ian Anderson was dominant. So we go back to Atlanta. We got Cade Cavalli on the mound. Are they really going to... It looks like they're going to start Mike Soroka, who was on the injured list. Heart's starting to race here a little bit, guys. The heart is starting to race here a little bit. I don't want to go to Game 7. Cade Cavalli, Andrew Hoffman, Game 6 in Atlanta, and we make the finals. We defeat the Atlanta Braves 8-1 in the 6th game of the National League Championship Series. Jandel Paulino 3 for 4 with 5 runs knocked in. Marte 3 hits. Tamar Johnson 2 hits. Patrick Bailey, underrated, hitting .350 in the postseason. Cavalli picks up the win. And we're going to the World Series, guys, for the first time in 8 seasons. Your Arizona Diamondbacks are the National League entry into the World Series. Who will we be taking on in said World Series? Hopefully we get a couple of days here. We're taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. So we get a couple of days off. I don't know if that means... I don't think Feliz is going to be quite ready to go yet. Let's take a look at our pitching staff. He is. Great. Okay. So Feliz will get the start on Game 1. So our rotation is set up. Nope, Cavalli won't be going in Game 2. I think Mazur will be going in Game 2, so we'll flip those two around. Let's take a look at the American League entry into the World Series. The 83-79 Toronto Blue Jays. The 83-79 Toronto Blue Jays with an absolute metric ton of injuries, including Vlad Guerrero, who's out for another 5 days. Tyler Glasnow is out. Orelvis Martinez, probably their best overall hitter, 32 home runs, 93 knocked in. Bo Bichette, only 49 knocked in. Jackson Jobe was their winningest pitcher, 14-11. Looks like they're going to be starting Spencer Schwellenbach here in Game 1. So, numbers aside, this is a series that is in our advantage. We scored more runs than them. We gave up significantly fewer runs than them. Let's just see how it goes. Game 1 at home goes to the Diamondbacks as we win 3-1. Guy Garibay with a home run in the 5th. Feliz goes 6. Stadler comes in and pitches 3 shutout innings to lock it down. We take a 1-0 series lead, and Adam Mazur will get the ball here in Game 2 against Nolan Stevens for Toronto. No, I take that back. Jackson Jobe is going to get the start in Game 2. And it goes to the Diamondbacks. We take both games at home, and we are up 2-0 in the 2029 World Series. Byron Buxton, only hitting a .186 this postseason, but drives in a couple. Lujan has 3 hits. Mazur goes 6 innings, striking out 11. We scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th to break a 1-1 tie. So we go north of the border with a 2-0 series lead with Cade Cavalli and Adrian Florencio set to go here in these 2 games. Cade Cavalli against Dylan Ross here in Game 3. And Toronto gets on the board. They beat us 1-0. 1-0. Austin Hendrick with a home run in the 6th off Cavalli. That was enough. So Toronto holds firm here in Game 3. Game 4 is going to be Florencio against Stevens. We take a 3-1 series lead. We are 1 game away from our first World Series title in this playthrough, and the first World Series for the Diamondbacks since 2001. Tamar Johnson, 2 hits. Garibay with a 2-run homer. Julio Lujan up to 411 in the postseason. Our biggest player coming to play when the lights are brightest. Florencio 5 2/3 innings, and we've got our ace on the mound for Game 5. Ignacio Feliz taking on Spencer Schwellenbach as we look to close out the series north of the border in Toronto. And we lose. We lose 7-6. So they get to Feliz here. We lose in extras. Tamar Johnson has 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Baez, 3 hits, 2 RBIs. Feliz goes 6, gives up 4 runs. Yeah, they pitch just well enough. So we got to take 1 out of 2 at home. We've got Mazur and Cavalli going for us in Arizona as we look to not blow a 3-1 series lead against an 83-win Toronto Blue Jays team that went 32-49 on the road this season. Jackson Jobe, Adam Mazur, Game 6 in Arizona. Can we close it out here? We do. Nice. Arizona Diamondbacks are the World Series champions in 2029. Julio Lujan is named the World Series MVP. Byron Buxton, 2 for 4 with 4 runs knocked in, knocks in all 4 runs in Game 6. Adam Mazur goes 6 1/3. Stadler was a monster in the postseason. 2 1/3 innings, striking out 3. And the Arizona Diamondbacks are your World Series champions. So we did it, guys. We finally did it. It took us, we started here, right? We started here. We went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, our 8th season. So through 8 seasons, we've made the playoffs in 4 of them, and we have now won our first World Series championship. I will take it. That is awesome. So let's get up. And we're going to go through the offseason. I'm jacked. So we're going to do an offseason episode here as well. And an offseason as your defending World Series champions, the Arizona Diamondbacks, get it done in 2029. We made some moves this year that just paid off. Taking a chance on Cade Cavalli, picking up Javi Baez off the scrap heap, trading for Jandel Paulino. We just made some moves that worked for us. We are the World Series champions. Let's see what sorts of notes we get. Hopefully we get... okay, so new budget. $180 million. So we have a little bit of money. Our fan loyalty didn't increase with a World Series championship. You guys are killing me. Yeah, Fitz Stadler voided the contract. That's not a surprise. I'm of the mindset that re-signing him is the right move. Bummer, we will void that contract. Altuve, we will void that contract. That's a bummer, man, that we didn't get a bump to fan interest or our market size with the World Series championship. So the 40-man roster is now down to 38, which means we might see some good players in the Rule 5 this year. And I'm going to pause for a second, and we're going to come back with the offseason. Be right back. All right, let's get on to the offseason. So we declined the options on Aaron Bummer and Jose Altuve, which we anticipated all along. So that bumped us up to about $27 million for free agents. Jump ticket prices from 23 to 25. I think that's fair given we just won the World Series. We were first in attendance, so hopefully with that fan interest still at 100. Excuse me. As always, I could tell you I would edit that out, but we both know I'm not going to, so I apologize for sneezing in your ear. Yeah, with fan interest at 100, and the fact that we had the top attendance in the majors last year, I feel like bumping it to 25 is fair. We may even be able to bump it more. In fact, let's try to get greedy. Let's bump it to 26 and see what that does, and see if our revenue per game is still spiking. My guess is it will, just based off fan interest, but we'll see. So we got a lot to do in arbitration. So first thing I want to do is talk to Cade Cavalli. Yeah, all of a sudden he wants 6 years at $20 million. So we're going to offer him qualifying offer. Hope he takes it, frankly. Fitz Stadler wants 5 years at 15. If we offer him the qualifying offer, he'll take it. I'm hoping that we can potentially bring him back for, look at that season. Holy crap. I want to look at his offseason, or his postseason. 24 innings of work. 11 hits, 9 walks, 38 strikeouts, a 3.89 ERA plus in 13 postseason games. He was good for 1.2 WAR as a reliever in 13 games in the postseason. I would love to bring him back. We're just going to have to see what we have for money once we hit free agency, because we're not going to be able to afford everybody. I would like to bring Cavalli back, but not at 5 years at $20 million. So we'll see what's available in free agency. Florencio was really good. Bring him back at 1.9. I guess 1.9 is not the right number. Vissamon, we're just going to let walk. He didn't pitch for us last year, and we could use that money. Batista, bring him back. It's hard to believe that we're a World Series champion and I'm still, scraping the bottom of the barrel for $50,000 here, $75,000 here, $150,000 there. It's really crazy. Woods Richardson will bring back at 1-3. I thought at a bare minimum that I would get a bump to fan loyalty, but nope. Huckstorf we're going to let walk. Drew Jones we will bring back at $1 million. And the last we have is Antonio Gomez. Yep, we'll bring Gomez back because we've got Bailey for one more year after this. Back at 2,375, so we save about $100,000 there. All right, so that will free us up some money. Altuve, yep, no, he's good. Diego Castillo, let him walk. We talked about Cavalli. McCullers only wants 9. I mean, he's a potential option to bring back in free agency on a cheaper deal. Andres Munoz is gone. Baez. Yeah, Javi wants 4 at 7.5. So we'll let all those guys go. And then I will, offer up, where am I going? Where am I going? Am I going here, here? Yep, offer minor league free agents. Let's just offer them all. See, we're not going to be able to bring everybody back, so we're not going to be able to bring the full team back together. But that really was a perfect storm. And even if we lose Cavalli, our pitching staff isn't going to be as good. I mean, I think that's pretty clear. But we do have some players that aren't far off, like Luis Molina. He'll be up next season. Ibarra, which bring him up. Magana's not far off. So we have some players that are not far off that will be able to help us. Thomas Pickett was our number 1 pick last year. He's probably good at some point next season. So we're not. We have money. I mean, we're going to be able to do something. It's just a matter of where we want to spend that money once we get to free agency. So I'm going to sim ahead to said free agency. And when I come back, we will look at the awards and we'll go from there. So be right back. All right, guys, we're back for free agency. Let's take a look at the awards. I haven't even looked at any of the free agents yet, but the CK Cavalli declined the qualifying offer. He's a free agent. So we'll see what we can get him for in free agency. AL Gold Gloves. You can see the names there. In the National League, Adam Mazur wins it. That's our only Gold Glove. AL Reliever of the Year, Ryan Hendricks of the Twins. In the NL, no surprise, it's Fitz Stadler. Wins it in unanimous fashion. AL Gold, Silver Sluggers, Gavin Conticello. I see that name on there, and that hurts my soul. He put up 6 WAR for the White Sox this season, but good for him. In the NL, we got Garibay at first, and that is it. Okay, no problem. Rookie of the Year in the AL, Drew Sofield. In the NL, Mero Shendrick Martinez, just one of the greatest names of all time. AL Manager of the Year is Parker Dalton, and it's not us, believe it or not, in the National League. Alex Escobar of Atlanta. Cy Young winner in the AL, Jesus Gonzalez. And in the National League, Bryce Armstrong of the Chicago Cubs. Cavalli finishes 6th, and Felice finishes 8th. Really? Okay. Wow, his ratings jumped. Guys, his ratings jumped. He's even better now. AL MVP is Alex Flores of the Royals, and in the NL, it is Oscar Bermudez of the Braves. Garibay finishes 2nd. So international free agents. See if there's anything good here. Meh. Jose Casado, no. I mean, yeah, he's good. Nah. OSA doesn't like him as much as us. He's a reliever. I got better ways to spend our money, I think. Regular free agents. We got Luis May, 28-year-old starting pitcher, pitch for San Francisco. Cade Cavalli is probably still the top target. So let's see where we stand in terms of. We have $31 million right now in available space. So from an offensive perspective, I don't think we need anything. Our shortstop position is up in the air, but I feel like we can get away with Eli Ibarra. I feel like the bat is good enough that it won't be high on my list of priorities. Has Molina gotten any better? No. It won't be high on my list of priorities. Let's just call up everybody that I think is going to make the club next season. I think that might be it. Hamilton probably deserves a shot. Yeah, I mean, I'll deal with moving these guys around here in a little bit, but Shabazz probably be in AAA as well. So we got a couple of stud pitchers that are on their way up. Yeah, I think Ibarra goes in at short. Oops. So what position are we missing? Oh, DH. And that's going to be Jason Brown. I think Jason Brown gets that start at DH. So I don't think we need a lot from an offensive perspective. We have Drew Jones and Muad backing up in the outfield. We have Locke and Southacene backing up on the infield. I don't think we need a whole lot offensively. I think we do need some help on the pitching side of things because right now we've got Feliz, Mazur, and Florencio, and that is really it. Again, some young players on the horizon, but not enough to avoid spending money on pitching right now. I think we just dive right into the pitching, and we go right back to our, maybe we should have re-signed him. That is a lot of money. Robinson Pena. I mean, he looks... you sit here and you talk about the grass being greener. I mean, Cavalli had a great season for us last year. But Pena looks like a better pitcher, is cheaper, and if Cavalli signs with somebody else, we will give up a third-round pick to get Pena, but we'll likely get a first-round pick back for Cavalli. So let's talk to Robinson. Oh, my God. Okay. Maybe not. Nope. I would like to bring in Robinson Pena. How many years does Cavalli want? He wants 6 at 27. Or we can go 7 at... we could probably get him for less than this. I don't want to give him that many years, though. So Cavalli is popular. Not that this is a huge issue for us right now, given we're sitting at 100 fan interest. But I think we just take a run at Pena. I think we take a run at Pena. We've got the money. Let's just figure out a way to make it happen. I want to go 7 years. Can we go 6 with a vesting option at like 160 innings so that I can cheese my way out of it? 23 million this year. 24 million here. 25 million here. 24, 23, 22. No, he really wants that 7 season. Okay, so if we give you the 7 seasons, can we start at a cheaper price? Can we do something like that? Okay, so it's not ideal. It's a long-term deal. I don't like giving pitchers... what is his durability? Normal. What's his injury history? I mean, nothing of substance. Back spasms, missed a day here and there. Yeah, I mean, he's been a pretty healthy pitcher. He got 36 home runs last season. Gives up a lot of home runs. Oof. Okay. Can we do 6? Will you do 6? He wants that 7. Okay. He wants the 7, so I'm going to... Okay. All right. So I dropped it a little bit. So that's 7 years at 100 and... What, 150? 155 million. 7 years, $155 million. I don't know if that's going to be enough. But pairing him with Feliz and then having Shabazz and Molina in the minors ready to come up, we're going to have some crazy power arms in our rotation. I think we do still need some help in the bullpen. But I want to see if we can sign, if we can make this signing happen first. So let's go ahead and sim ahead to the Hall of Fame voting. I forgot about German Marquez. It's going to be a bullpen arm for us going forward, I think. And if we need to free up some space, we potentially have some players that we can trade. So we're at the Hall of Fame. What do we got for Hall of Fame nominees this year? Carlos Beltran in his 8th season. We'll vote for him. Robinson Cano. We will vote for him. Bartolo Colon. We will vote for him. It doesn't look like he's going to make it. But 250 wins. I mean, that's something right now. King Felix. Again, another one who's probably not going to make it, but should. Molina. Not a lot of great names on this list this year. Excuse me. Chris Sale, no. Verlander. Votto. Yeah, that's not a great ballot. It's okay. Yeah, so let's get up to the winter meetings. I'm hoping maybe that Stadler's demand comes down. You know, if we can get him for 10 or 11, I think we jump at that. So it looks like Adley Rutschman signs with the Red Sox for $186 million. Still no word from our free agent target. Yeah, I mean, offensively, we're not going to look a whole lot different next season. Even our pitching staff's really not going to look that much different. We're going to bring in a new starter. We're going to bring in, and we sign Robinson Pena. So we give up a third-round pick to bring in Pena. But, I mean, I'll take it. 75 stuff, 60 movement, 55 control, 3 or 2 just absolute wipeout pitches in the curveball and the changeup. Fastball that's really good as well. A cutter, ground ball pitcher. I mean, we just added another ace to our rotation. So put him on the active roster. Fonseca we'll put on the 30-man as well. Just thinking about, excuse me, just thinking about the Rule 5 draft. So where does that leave us for funds? $11 million this year. So, yeah, we're starting to add some larger contracts to our team, which is fine. I mean, we knew as we got better that this sort of thing was going to happen, but it does mean that we're going to have to be a little bit creative unless we can get a budget increase. So Buxton this year, Buxton next year at 17 and 17. So really this year and next year are going to be the two tough years because Buxton will probably opt out of that deal unless we just have no options in center field, or, you know, if our budgets have increased and he stays healthy, maybe we keep it. I don't know. But Feliz has the option to opt out after 2032. So we should start to see some drop in, you know, Lujan is going to be 32 in a few years. So, I mean, our core is locked up. So the team's not going to look that much different here over the next few years. I do think we need some additional help in the bullpen. Pina, becomes our number 2. So right now we're Feliz, Pina, Mazur, Florencio, and we don't really have a 5th starter. German Marquez will probably be that guy for now. Let's get to the winter meetings, and maybe we can, I don't know, I don't want to trade for, I'll try McCullers is that guy. Maybe we can bring McCullers back on a short-term deal, like a 1-year deal or something like that. That might not be a bad idea. Because I'd rather not call up either of our 2 big starting pitching prospects just yet. I'd rather leave them in AAA for the year. All right, so we are at the winter meetings. So let's take a look quickly at the trade block. Jackson Finley, can't afford him. Garrett Cole, can't afford him. Max Fried, can't afford him. Wilney Marone, I'm assuming. I hope. If not, I feel bad for him. Julio oh, he's really good. Wow. $16 million. Wow, I like him. Kauskas, Flores, Seth Johnson. Yeah. And we won't be able to, they won't, like, none of these, like, elite pitchers, again, if we try to go to someone like him, they would have to retain, you know, 50% or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, like, it's just not going to happen. And I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather not call up Shabazz or Molina this year, or Pickett for that matter. I mean, these are all guys that I think will be on the Major League. Oh, what are we next year? We're going to have potentially Shabazz, Molina, and Pickett on our big league, in our big league rotation, alongside Feliz, Pina, Mazur. I mean, we're going to be stacked. That means we may end up moving Mazur if these other 2 guys, if those other 3 guys, you know, prove themselves. But yeah, we definitely need a bullpen arm. So let's go here and let's look at free agents. Fitzstadler's still there. Varela, let's get a scouting report on him. I mean, maybe he is just that good. Stadler wants 19. Nobody has offered him that yet, so we can hold off for a little while on Fitz, I think. I mean, if somebody wants to give him $19 million, be my guest. But, you know, if we can bring him back at 12 or 13, you know, if we can backload it a little bit, you know, if we can do something like this, which isn't going to work right now. Do something like this. like the last year of vesting option where he needs, 100 innings or something. I mean, I would be fine doing something like this, but I don't want to invest a ton of money. I mean, he was so good, though. He was so valuable to us. But, I mean, number one, we can't give him $19 million, so it's not even a thing right now. So I don't think we're going to be super active at the winter meetings. I mean, I guess we can look and see if there is a reliever that isn't making a crap ton of money. Because I would like to save money for Stadler to see if he's if he's going to be available. But like he's making $9 million, he's making $9 million, he's making. I mean, 6 isn't terrible, but I'd rather have Stadler. So yeah, we're not going to be super active in the winter meetings here. Edison Suriel. I like the extreme ground ball. Great stuff. Great movement. Bad control. Maybe there'll be some money as we get closer to the end of free agency. So let's get up to the Rule 5. So we'll do what we normally do, which is we'll get through the Rule 5. I'll pause, and then I will sim forward through the end of the end of the off season, show you any moves we made, and then get to opening day and call it an episode. So, but this time we're gonna come into opening day as the defending World Series champions. Love to say that. Get some continued growth from some of our young players. We got a ton of prospects on the horizon. All right, Rule 5 time. All the same names on the trade block. Cody Hoyer is there now. Holy wow. Look at that. 10-1 with a .62 ERA. I mean, that might not be a bad consolation prize. I mean, we could get him for Gunnar Meyer, which means we could probably get him for not a whole lot. All right, so we bumped ticket prices 13%. Revenue looks like it's going to be up 18%. I don't know we can't generate any more fan interest than what we've already generated. So we're at 100, so we just sort of need to maintain it. So let's get into the Rule 5, where we are picking 26th. Any decent pitchers? Usually there aren't. Usually this is a hitter thing. But sometimes you can find a decent name in there. But yeah, nothing. Whoa. Can he actually hit? No. So if he could actually hit, I would take a run at him just because he can play all over the diamond. All right, let's... Oh, wait. All players. Let's do it this way. Not all players. All pitchers. A 19-year-old who needs to be on the 40-man now. Looks like Miami taking a run at some players, some really young players, and just sticking them on the 40-man. Interesting. Batters, again, we don't really need anything, but if something stands out and we can trade for somebody who's, maybe a top, or we can pick up somebody who's maybe a top 100 prospect and then turn around and trade him. I mean, I am not averse to that. Thought maybe with the shrunken down 40-man rosters that we might see some better names on here, but it doesn't appear that way. I mean, there are a lot of names on here, but none of them are great. which is good. I mean, I don't want to be in a position where, wow, we have Mabius in our A's playthrough, and he didn't develop like that. I don't want to be in a position where teams are losing top 100 prospects in the Rule 5, because that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen in real life. It's an issue, or it's not even an issue, but it's a function of the game, a feature of the game, if you will, that just hasn't changed. So Ramos looks okay. Yeah, I mean, there's some decent names here, but no one that is going to crack our roster. That's sort of the issue, right? Is that we're finally good enough that the Rule 5 isn't a place for us to secure talent that's going to play on the big. Like, if this was 5 years ago, I absolutely would take Mabius, 100%. I love the hit. This is like my favorite hitting profile: the gap, home run, and iron discipline, especially out of a catcher. But other than that, there's not a whole lot here. I mean, he's okay, but I mean, do I take him just to try to trade him? I mean, how much? I mean, OSA doesn't. I mean, how much value is there actually in him? The history of Alex Gonzalez shortstops continue. Danny Herrera. I mean, he looks okay. A lefty. Good hitting splits against righties. Yeah, I'm not really crazy about it. We're just going to go ahead and complete the draft. Only one player taken in the draft, and the Giants taking somebody from the Dodgers, Carlos Duran. How did I miss him? I don't know how I missed him. That's a name I would have taken. All right, now I'm going to pause here. I'm going to sim through the rest of the off season. There may be some trades, there may be some free agency stuff, but that's all stuff we will cover when we get back. So hold on, and I'll be back right now. All right, we are back. It is right before opening day, and I wouldn't say it was an uber active last month and a half of the off season, but it was active. Once we hit preseason, we got a bump to our budget. Our owner bumped our budget. I think it was $10 million or something. So we took advantage of that. We brought back Fitz Stadler on a 2-year contract, $22 million. It's $11 million this year with another player opt out. My guess is he opts out, but if we can get another 3-4 wins out of him, I will certainly take that. He was so good last year. Crazy not to bring him back. We also brought back Cattell Marte on a 1-year contract worth about $5 million. His ratings have started to drop, but I think he still has some value with the bat, if not with the glove. But he'll definitely play a backup kind of corner infield / DH. I don't know how much in the field he's actually going to play. Probably just a backup. Designated hitter type role. We also made a deal from a position of strength in our minor league system. I'll show you that right here. Where am I going? Under logs. So let's go back to December. We didn't do. It's the wrong December. Let's go back to this December. So you saw the contract to Robinson Pena. We found Jonathan Zavalos, I guess. I mean, he's got a changeup that isn't going to develop, but you never know. January, we signed Fitz Stadler. February and March. No, we made a deal. Where is the trade we made? Oops, going the wrong way. Where is the trade we made? It must have been in February. Yeah. All right. So we sent Ramon Colon, 20-year-old pitcher, with 3 below average pitches. Bill Bermejo, who looks like he could be a decent player, has high work ethic, good movement, but that's about it. And the big piece was Jose Morales, the number 77 prospect in baseball, second baseman, 21 years old. Was in high A ball last year, but we have like 3 other second basemen that I think are going to be as good as him, if not better. And Simeon Woods Richardson. We traded Simeon because the ratings started to drop. And he had been fine the last couple of years, put up over a WAR for us each season, but the ratings started to slip, and in return we get Bob Scales, who is going to replace Drew Jones as our backup outfielder this year. 23-year-old, just elite in the outfield, can back up at all 3 positions, has some base running ability. May never hit a ton, but should be fine as a backup center fielder. And then Luis Morales, who is more of a corner outfielder, but is passable in center field and a really good bat, and he's the number 79 prospect in baseball. So we trade 77 for 79, and then we pick up Bob Scales as well. So we made that deal. Already talked about Fitz Stadler. And then in March, we traded Nick Vereen, he was a 6th round pick or something, a decent bat with no real position, along with Manny Lyons, who is, we drafted him as a pitcher, but again, just an outfielder, nothing great, decent range. I mean, he could be a decent backup outfielder. I don't think he's ever going to hit, all that much. And in return, we picked up Alex Hamarillo, or I think it's Hamarillo, Yamarillo. We picked him up, the stuff in movement and 4 elite pitches. We're going to try him as our number 5 starter because I wasn't crazy about our starting rotation. So we're going to try him as our number 5. Not sure how well it's going to work, but our scout seems to love him. You look at the scouting report, and it says he has frontline starter potential, so that works for me. And then we also traded John Allen Stogner, Herman Marquez, and Joe Adell to the Brewers, getting James MacArthur. This was just a salary dump. This cleared about $2.5 million off our books, which gives us about $7.5 million still to spend, and I'm hoping to spend it on Luis May. I offered May about 7.2, and he wasn't thrilled with that, so we're going to let it go here for a little while and see if we can get him for that number. It'd be nice to bring him in. So those were all the moves we made leading up to the start of the season. We got to cut the roster down a bit. Not a whole lot. We've only got 32 players. We're going to have to send 2 pitchers down. So it'll be Eknes and Valadez Acuna. Send them down. Make Jansen a bullpen arm. Make Hamarillo our number 5 starter. I want to run exactly the same way we had it last year. Stadler will be our stopper. Batista will be our closer. We actually have to call up another pitcher because Muad is, I guess he's fine as a pitcher, 45, 55, 55. He's not great, but that will allow us to actually bring up another pitcher. So Shabazz is up to 2.5 stars. He's probably not going to be in the minor leagues much longer. Neither will Molina. But for the time being, yeah, our bullpen's not great. Our bullpen isn't great, but I think it's good enough at the back end with Batista, Stadler, and Meyer. Jansen will also be a middle reliever. We have to make him a reliever. Oops. Make him a reliever. Shut the sound off on my email. All right. So, yeah, we've got Batista, Stadler, Meyer, Hamilton, Jansen, Muad, Chase Shores, Hugh Fisher, and Valadez Acuna will be a long reliever. And then we run Feliz, Pena, Mazur, Florencio, and Hamarillo. We still have, like I said, about $7.5 million with which to potentially add another pitcher down the road. I think our top 4 are fine. Feliz, Pena, Mazur, Florencio. And if Hamarillo's just really that bad, maybe we do turn to Shabazz or Molina. Pickett's down to 2.5 star, 3 star, which isn't great. But I'm hopeful with the high work ethic, he'll get off to a hot start in AAA, and that potential will jump up again. So, not a lot of immediate help. If we need somebody right this second, but have some help kind of on the way here over the next 12 months or so. So we're at 31, so we got to get down to 26. So we got to send down a lot. So Fonseca, Lausch, Southacine, and Jones. Okay, I have to trade him. or just cut him, which I'm fine with too, or DFA him rather, which I'm fine with as well. Jose Rincon. Sure. 26-year-old, can play all over the diamond. It's Baltimore, that's fine. Because we can start by putting him on the DL, which I am totally cool with. Designated for assignment. Stick him on the 40-man, or the 38-man now, I guess. And then put him on the injured list. So we're down to 27. So we get one more player. Really, we have to send one more player down, huh? Yeah, we have too many. We have. I think. I think we try to trade Marte. Yep, we talked about needing help. Gavin Williams is that help. This frees up $5 million. I'm fine with that. You know, Marte, we signed him, and then it wasn't. You know, we're not crazy about trading him right off the bat. But I just got done talking about how I didn't want to, if we could help it, lean on our young starters in AAA, and this way we don't have to right away. We can make Gavin Williams a starting pitcher if we need to. It's not great, but I mean literally the definition of average, but that is fine if that's what it comes down to. And now we've got $13 million for this season, so that'll work. All right, so our pitching staff is set. Feliz Pena, Mazur, Florencio, Hamarillo. The lineups, let's take a look here. And batting ratings. Let's clear the lineup. All right, so batting leadoff is going to be Tamar Johnson. There's no question about that. Garibay will bat third. Who's going to bat second this year? Who did we have bat? Oh, we had Marte or Altuve batting second. So I think maybe Jason Brown in the two-hole with that 65 contact, 70 power as a designated hitter. I kind of like that. Our number 4 hitter will be Paulino. Our number 5 hitter against righties will be Lujan. Our number 6 hitter will be Byron Buxton. So we've got short, third, and catcher. So Lawler will bat 7th, Bailey will bat 8th, and Eli Ibarra, who's actually gotten better. He's up to 2.5 star, 3.5 star. I don't know that he's ever going to be elite at shortstop, but he should be good enough. Better than what we were dealing with last season. So we'll see how that goes. Make him the designated hitter every third game. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Make him the designated hitter every third game. Gets him into a couple of games a week. That is fine. Let's copy that lineup. Paste it in here. What changes do I want to make against lefties? Not many. I think we ride Lujan, but we move him down in the order. What scales? Scales against righties is okay, or against lefties is okay. So I think we do something like this and do scales like once a week. Yeah, Garibay and Johnson will stay where they are. Yep, and that works for us. So let's get to opening day, and then we'll let the game sim ahead, and then we will call it an episode, and we will get back to streaming on Sunday night. So we are coming into the 2030 season as the defending World Series champions. Can't ask for a better end to last season. We finally break through. That makes me feel so good, because it's been a struggle, right? It had been a struggle for the first few years. We had all sorts of financial issues. We had the Juan Soto deal, which could have put us ahead a couple of years, could have made us fall behind a couple of years. But yeah, it worked out well. Oh, nice. Luis May is willing to discuss some more. Let's offer him the $7 million for 1 year and see if we can stick him into our rotation. Top 100 prospects. We do not have anybody in the top 10 anymore, but I think we still have a pretty good minor league system. Yeah, we're third. Shabazz is 11th. Zamora is 13th. DeLuca 43, Medina 62, Morales 76. He's another guy we picked up in this past offseason as a scouting discovery. So does that mean that Luis Molina fell out of the top 100? Interesting. Yeah, these guys will be up before too long, I think. Because if we can like move Florencio into the bullpen to make our bullpen a little deeper, especially if the Jaramillo thing doesn't work out, I gotta put him on the 40-man. If that doesn't work out, we may jump to one of these guys really, really soon. I just don't want to push him. I mean, the stuff is elite. You know, the movement on both of them is a little concerning. Shabazz, if that control ends up as a 55, is going to be fantastic. But Molina, I think, is going to be really good as well. So I just don't want to push them because there is still room for growth. And then Morales is up to 76. So, yeah, let's get to opening day. Let's actually look here first. So, preseason predictions. Nope, preseason predictions. I think we are going to go 86 and 76 and finish in third place behind the Giants and the Padres. So we've got Lujan on here, and literally nobody listed here. The Cubs, they think, are going to win 90 games. Giants are going to win 90 games. Astros potentially 97, and the Yankees 66. All right, well, let's see how this goes. Let's play game one at home or on the road against LA. So Tamar Johnson bats leadoff, plays second. Jason Brown, the DH, bats second. Guy Garibay bats third, plays first. Jandel Paulino bats fourth, is the left fielder. Julio Lujan bats fifth in right field. Byron Buxton bats sixth in center. Jordan Lawler, our seventh place hitter, at third. Patrick Bailey does the catching, batting eighth. Eli Ibarra bats ninth. The 22-year-old is our shortstop. And Ignacio Feliz, a 20-game winner a year ago, gets the start for us. 20-8 with a 3.57 ERA. We got Benny Montgomery leading off. Trey Turner plays short, bats second. Freddie Freeman bats third, plays first. Michael Bush, the left fielder, batting fifth. Mookie Betts, now 37 years old, batting fifth, playing right field. Gavin Lux bats sixth, plays second. Jesse Winker is the DH, batting seventh. Manny Machado, back in LA, bats eighth as the third baseman. Bo Naylor bats ninth as the catcher. And Jackson Rutledge, 9 and 11, 4.94. pitches for the Dodgers. So let's see how opening day goes as we look to defend our title here in Los Angeles. Johnson strikes out. Dodger Stadium looks so nice in this. They did such a good job. So we got on 1, 2, 3 in the first. Montgomery against Feliz. Feliz picks up right where he left off with a couple of strikeouts. He strikes out the side in the first. That's a good start. Here comes Jandel Paulino. He's going to hang up. One away. Lujan strikes out, and Buxton strikes out. Bush with a leadoff single. So, yeah, I mean, big moves in the offseason. You know, we brought in a new ace, or not a new ace, a 1A, I guess, is where I think probably losing here. Yeah, that's a double. Runner moves over to third on the throw. Winker lines out. Yeah, so not a lot of huge changes. We replace Cade Cavalli with a pitcher from Los Angeles, actually. Brought back Fitz Stadler. Made a couple of deals to try to strengthen our minor league system. And we are back looking to repeat. So Patrick Bailey down at second. Ibarra strikes out. Striking out a bunch. So we're down 1-0 here in the third. Naylor, and this is what happened in the last game. He gave up a bunch of hits in last season's game opener. He gave up a bunch of hits. Only gave up like 2 runs. Gave up like 8 hits or something. See if we can work around it though. Sack fly to right. Runner moves to third. Bush will ground out to third. So we're still only down 1-0. Offense not really doing much here through 3. No hits through 3 1/3. Here's another strikeout. Paulino flies out to center. So we're being no hit through 4 innings. And this is their 3rd straight hit with a leadoff, with a third straight inning with a leadoff hit. Gavin Lux bunts. Mookie steals 3rd easily. And we had a bit of a glitch there on the fly ball, but it is a sac fly. Winker drives home Betts. We're down 2-0 now, and we still can't even get a hit. No hit through 4 1/3. 4 2/3. No hit through 5. Not ideal. Naylor leads off with a strikeout. Montgomery with a double, maybe a triple, some sort of extra base hit. That's a double. Trey Turner grounds out to 3rd. And the wild pitch, keeps him right there. Freeman with a fly ball, and that retires to side. So 2 runs in 5 innings for Feliz. We're still being no hit. They bring in a new pitcher. And it makes no difference. We continue to not get any hits. No hits through 5 2/3 innings here against Dodger pitching. There's our first hit of the game, a 2-out single in the 6th inning. Can we do anything with it? Johnson is going to steal 2nd. An infield single or an error. E5, so runners at the corners with 2 outs. And it's going to be a base hit. So we get a run. It's a little 2-out magic here. Guy Garibay with an RBI single. Pass ball puts 2 runners in scoring position. A hit here gives us the lead. Let's see what Paulino can do. He can strike out. So we go to the 6th down by a run. Fits Stadler in. So we have 5 innings out of Feliz, 5 hits, 2 runs. Lux strikes out. And Winker hits a fly ball to left. So go to the 7th, down 2-1. Lefty on lefty. Lujan strikes out. Buxton with a single to right. So we get a 1-out base runner in the 7th. It's going to be a double play for... Oh, nope. Bailey flies out. So we only have 3 hits in 7 innings. So best offense in the National League last year, or second best offense in the National League last year. Having trouble getting uncorked here on opening day. And Stadler comes in and just does what he does. Just strikeout, 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 strikeout. You got Eli Ibarra leading off. Groundouts to the pitcher. Tamar Johnson, lefty on lefty. Going to get down. It is. It's just another single, but it gets down. So that's a 2-out base runner here in the 8th. Bases or Garibay with a single to left. So 2 on and 1 out. Brown goes over to 3rd. 2 on, 2 out, excuse me, for Paulino again. Paulino grounds out to short. So that was a good opportunity there in the 8th, but we couldn't get it done. Stadler out there still. There's a pop out. Freddie Freeman, fly ball to left. That's a home run. Freddie Freeman goes yard, and we're down by 2 again. Bush grounds to 3rd. So Stadler is going to give up 1 run in 3 innings. Gunnar Meyer comes in here to set down the side in the 8th. So we need 2 in the 9th to avoid dropping opening day. Lujan leads off, and he grounds out to the pitcher, who drops the ball, so an E1. Fly ball to right. Wad strikes out, and Lujan is caught stealing, and we lose 3-1. Well, that was quick and painful. Garibay 2 hits and an RBI. Feliz loses the game, 2 runs in 5 innings. Stadler gives up a run in 2 2/3. And you're going to have games like this. Hopefully we just get it out of the way here on opening day, and that will be that. So, guys, that's going to do it. Your Arizona Diamondbacks are the 2029 World Series champions as we look to repeat here in 2030. The live stream will start on May 1st. So, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I'll talk to everybody soon. Bye-bye.